Hi everyone, today I wanted to do another healthy food video for you, and I wanted to do a video about kind of like what I eat in a day. I go through phases of being obsessed with certain foods, and generally I have like certain meals for certain times of the day, and I just kind of rotate between a few options that I love, so I wanted to share them with you today. I'm a vegetarian, I do eat dairy, but I don't eat meat or fish, and if that's something that you do, then this might be really helpful to you. And if you like to eat meat, then you can easily just kind of tweak your diet to these ideas as well. My breakfast is generally my recovery meal because I've done a workout first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So for breakfast I do like to have something quite substantial, and I like to include a lot of protein and fibre in my breakfast. So the things that I like to eat, I'm definitely not like scared of carbs. I really like my carbs, and especially in the morning when you've worked out and you've got the rest of the day to use up all that energy, you need carbs. And I like to incorporate good whole grain starches as well in the morning. So I'm not afraid of bread, I'm not afraid of carbs in general. So the bread that I like to eat, if I am having bread in the morning, I will have, it's called low GI bread, and it's from a bakery called Greenhalgh in the UK. And that is basically like a whole grain bread, but with loads of like loads of like seeds and stuff added to it. So basically the GI of the bread, the glycemic index, I think that's how you say it. I'm definitely not an expert, you'll be able to tell from this video. The glycemic index is brought down by all the seeds that are added to it, so it makes it a lot more filling, and it's really satisfying, and it's so much better than regular white bread, which I just don't like to eat that much anymore. So I'll put a picture of that up here, and I'll link to any of these foods below if I can. So I will generally have that just toasted with a little bit of vegan spread, and whatever breakfast I'm having, I will always have a banana with it. I just feel weird if I don't have a banana with my breakfast because I just love them so much, they're so amazing. It's so amazing that something can taste like dessert, but it's really healthy for you, so I like to have at least one banana a day, usually at breakfast, because really high in energy, really great for recovery, and obviously my body can use up all that energy throughout the day. Another breakfast that I like to eat but I've not got to show you because I make it from scratch, fresh, is the Tone It Up protein pancake. I will link the recipe below. That's really, really good, and again, really filling, great for recovery because it incorporates lots of protein, and that's a little bit lower on the carbs as well if that's a concern for you. And you can totally like customise the flavour and everything like that with the pancakes, so they're really good. And the second thing that I wanted to mention was granola, and granola gets a pretty bad rap for being high in sugar, high in carbs, calories, all that. But if you're having one portion first thing in the morning, then it's not that big of a deal, I don't think, especially if you're working out and you're active throughout the day. It's not the best cereal you could probably have. I'd probably be better off having something like porridge, but I love granola because of that crunchy texture. It's just so good and satisfying. So the granola I like is the Jordan's Super Nutty granola. This isn't vegan, it contains honey, but it's just so good. It's whole grain oats with raw cane sugar and honey to sweeten it, and it also has loads of chopped up nuts basically, and some of them are in like big chunks, so it's really, you get a lot of texture in there, and it's got loads of fibre and protein in it. It's let me just check, 4.6 grams of protein in a portion and 3.4 grams of fibre. And to up the protein content of that meal, instead of regular milk, sometimes I like to have it with regular milk, but most of the time I have it with Greek yogurt. And yogurt, I sound like an American person. I'm so used to watching health people from America. Greek yogurt, I like the total 0% one. This is dripping everywhere. Yeah, Greek yogurt is really low in sugar compared to other yogurts, and I always just get the plain one with the 0% fat. Again, that's quite controversial, and some people are real advocates for full fat. If that's you, then go for it, that's great. I get the 0% one, and this adds an extra, let me just check. So this has 10.3 grams of protein per 100 gram and only 57 calories. So I would generally have a little bit more than that, because in one pot I usually get about 4 servings and it's 500 grams, so it's a little bit more than that, my serving, but it's really low calorie and really high in protein, and just a really nice contrast to the granola. It's just really creamy and really good, and I love it. A big snack for me throughout the day is always fruit, and I won't really limit myself with fruit. I obviously won't be sat eating it all day, day in, day out, but if I really want a snack and maybe I've already eaten a lot that day, I will have some fruit because it satisfies me, especially if I have a sweet tooth, because I am a sweet lover and fruit is obviously a great natural alternative to that. One that we always get is Pink Lady apples, and these taste so good. These are the best types of apples that I've tried personally. I think it's Jazz ones are good as well. Let me know what your favourite type of apple is, all you apple lovers out there. So sometimes I will just eat this on its own, and sometimes if I want a slightly more filling snack, I will have it with a few teaspoons of almond butter, and that is really good and a little more filling and substantial. But if I'm just having a light snack, usually in the morning, I will have a light snack between breakfast and lunch, because I'm not massively hungry but I just want a little something. So fruit is great. I also love pineapples, and in the summer I really like to get berries when they're in season. Strawberries are obviously one of my favourite fruits ever, so I just love fruit and all different types. At some point during the day as well, I also like to do some juice, and I always make juice fresh from my juicer, and it's so good. It's really great to use up all of your fruit and veg and make sure nothing is going to waste. And for me, it's great to get lots of different types of fruit and veg all at once, because I wouldn't always eat something like celery because I don't really like it, but I can have it in a juice and I really can't taste it because of all the other ingredients in. So they're really good and really satisfying. When it comes to lunchtime, I will usually have some kind of salad. I really like to make big salads because obviously I can get a lot of veg in, and that's when I kind of get my leafy greens in. I usually do like a bed of leafy greens and then just use up whatever veg we have on hand. I'll link up a blog post that I did about one of my kind of go-to salads for lunch, and then that incorporates quinoa as well, so you're getting more carbs and protein added to it. So that's a really good option, and I just kind of add whatever I feel like. Sometimes I add like nuts and seeds in, and just try and bulk it out. Obviously if you eat meat and fish you can add that and that'll be great. Hummus is something that I love as well, and we don't have any in at the moment because it gets eaten quite quickly in my house because everyone loves it, but I really like just the regular plain hummus from Tesco. I like the organic one the best. I can really tell the difference between the taste of the organic one and the regular one. With hummus I will usually have either like a wholemeal pita or some of these Nairn's Oatcakes, and I just have the plain ones. These are just nice because it's nice to have something crunchy to dip in. Sometimes I will do veggie sticks as well, and sometimes I'll do a bit of both, and it's like a really nice snack or a meal, because I like to nibble and have lots of little things to taste, so that's a really satisfying thing to have. I always do carrot sticks if I'm doing that, because I just think carrot sticks are the best one to use, but you could do like cucumber or celery, or I've used like red pepper before and that worked, so just use your favourite veg. Another thing that I like to keep on hand for lunchtime, and sometimes I'll have these for dinner as well, is soup. And soup is obviously really convenient, and you're getting some veg in. If you don't have time to cook, it's nice to have something warm and a bit hearty that you can just heat up in the microwave. It's not something that I'd do every day, or I'd advocate doing every day, but you know, it's an option. So I like Amy's Kitchen and Baxter's. They do lots of different flavours and types, so you can find one that you love, and they also contain a substantial amount of veg. These both have 2 of your 5 a day in. This is a lentil and veg, and this is just lentil, and they usually are a vegan like protein source as well, so they usually have lentils and beans and stuff like that in. So if you are vegetarian or vegan and you're struggling to find like filling convenient meals, soup might be an option to look into. And I really like the Amy's Kitchen ones as well, because they're usually organic. Yeah, this is organic, gluten-free and low fat, so that's really awesome. And then in the afternoon, more often than not, I will have some sort of bar, and at the moment I'm loving 9 bars. I'm always loving 9 bars, but sometimes I will make homemade protein bars, and I will again link a recipe below for you to go and look at if that's something you want to do as well. I've used a few different ones, so I'll link them all up. But 9 bars are a really convenient one, again, if you don't have time or you're just on the go. These are really great to put in your bag. It'd probably be better to have like nuts and seeds plain, but if you are a sugar junkie like me, I know I probably eat too much sugar, but these are a really good option because you get in those healthy fats and fibre and filling yourself up with something substantial, but you're also getting a sugar fix. So if you are someone who maybe snacks on biscuits and stuff in the afternoon to pick you up, or a chocolate bar, this would be something really great to replace that with, because it's not like, it doesn't feel like you're depriving yourself at all. It's really filling and sweet and satisfying, so I really love them. And then I'm not going to talk a lot about dinner and my evening meal, because me and my family cook a lot of stuff from scratch, and we cook lots of different types of things, so I'm not really going to go into much detail about that in this video, but I just wanted to touch on some of the things that I always keep on hand and prepare for myself. So I hope this video helped you and maybe gave you a couple of ideas. I will try and link different things below, like the products and different recipes that I've used, so go and have a look in the down bar and you might find some more information that can help you more. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!